Buzz balls up, everybody. Buzz balls up, everybody.
Every week, the clipped video from this episode is just a song that Jackie improvises to
Everybody
an ode
drinking
to the
the
bitch
buzz
ball.
money.
Listen,
Money,
tell
money,
everybody
money,
what
money,
festive
money.
seasonal bitch balls we have. Welcome, everybody, first of all, to our last live stream of 2024.
Oh my God. Hello.
Still aiming for that bitch balls sponsorship. Woman-owned. I have one called Cookie Nookie.
Yes, you certainly do, because I got an extra one, and while I watched Muppet Christmas Carol last night, I drank the other one that I was supposed to wait till today to drink, but I couldn't stop myself. But I do have the eggnog as well. Yes, we've got the festive
Holiday
buzz balls
balls
in the house. Everybody get your buzz balls up. Woman-owned. Didn't you
Here
know?
come the balls, sweet, delicious balls, all of the balls, gross flavored balls, balls. Oh, look, I could do it too.
I like it.
Oh, that is so close. That was so close.
Oh, the balls are going out. The buzzer balls out of my buzzer ball, and buzz balls are here.
Okay, so
That's how you know.
Oh, you already did yours.
Yeah, bitch, I already fucking bopped it.
Chalice.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, it literally looks like chocolate
Yeah.
milk or
Yeah.
it's Yoo-hoo/diarrhea.
I'm excited because I haven't tried the eggnog version yet. Thank you for the raid, Holden. Welcome all you Holdenators. Come on in.
Hello.
Come on in. Where's the bitches?
Okay.
Where the bitches at?
I'm giving this a
Cookie Nookie me.
It's so good.
It's so good. It is sweeter than you expect.
Yeah, it kind of hits you right in the back of your throat, like,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah, the way
Ah.
it's all supposed to. Oh, yeah. Let me see how thick this one is.
Oh yeah, how thick is that nog?
Yep.
Wait, I'm
you know what? It's just very alcoholic. Yeah, get my
That's what I was like.
dregs. Get in my little
It's just like,
dregs.
for something that comes in a little ball, it just feels so alcohol. Like there's so much alcohol. in it,
Yeah, there's
which is good.
too
You want more
much
bang
in
for your bucks, but
there.
Because
Because it's woman-owned, and we know how to get shit done. Welcome to Who's the Bitch, everybody. My name is Jackie Zabrowski.
Listen, we don't claim to be a news network, but
No.
this just in.
Ding, 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 ding,
They found
ding, ding,
Luigi.
ding,
They
ding,
found Luigi.
Luigi
We're sad.
Mangione. Luigi Mangione. He is the Alfredo bitch of my heart, everybody. Breaking bitch
my
news, everybody.
God. I could have, as I told everybody in this room a few minutes ago, I truly could have watched them chase him for like another month. It would have been amazing. It would have been like our generation's Catch Me If You Can.
Luigi
It would have been so good.
Mangione.
Listen, we do not condone violence or vigilantism,
We
I guess,
don't.
but this
We
guy is
don't.
extremely hot and totally turned in by an employee at a McDonald's who was alerted
This is the thing. Okay, yes. So
by
a
customer.
Yes, a McDonald's customer alerted the employee who called the police, the official said. Because at first, I immediately started screaming, snitches the bitch, snitches
Yes,
the bitch.
snitches the
Obviously,
bitch.
snitches the bitch.
But first of all, the person that
Yes, Mulder Nog, class traitor. Class traitor.
Class traitor. Listen, if you're the person at the McDonald's that sees the guy, you're going up to tell a McDonald's employee like they're some kind of 911 switchboard operator. Like, what does a McDonald's employee owe?
No, if you're not going to do something about it.
You call or whatever.
Yeah, you
Like,
call or
yeah.
don't do anything about it.
Yeah, they're like, can you just check his order? What was the name? Was the name on his credit card? I killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Could you just confirm for me? Like, that's not how it goes. So I'm confused why you do it yourself, but then
Exactly, Weed Wife. Now you're splitting the reward.
Yes.
So what's even right? Then it's like, if you have to do it for the reward, which I understand. Believe me, I understand. But now you got to share it too, so then you're both being the bitch. And did you see the picture of this dude's like 8-pack?
oh, he's got a bot on.
How is his name Luigi Mangione? With an 8-pack like that, I'm like, 8-pack of stuffed shells, more like.
Does he have a brother named Mario who's single? I'm not single. I don't know why I'm asking.
Get in my pipes. Get in my pipes.
We
all I'm
need
saying.
plumbers. We need plumbers.
Yeah, we do.
So wait, Luigi Manicotti.
Oh,
delicious.
Yes,
He's
I'd
delicious.
suck out the ricotta.
I just want to know why also, Luigi, you've been so smart. You literally got out of Manhattan undetected. All they found of you was a couple of gorgeous photos of you flirting. All they found was a backpack full of Monopoly money. You were pulling strings. You're the hottest perp of all time. And then you had to walk into a McDonald's. You couldn't have just done drive-through. What's going on?
The drive-through. What are we doing here? Why'd you walk into the McDonald's?
It's cold in Pennsylvania. Wear one of those gator things that MAGA people thought they could wear as masks in the pandemic.
Gator fight, I
One
guess.
of those things. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Those things
yeah.
go up to your mouth. Like, I don't know. He's so smart. Why would he get busted this way? I'm sad the way he went down.
I know, and especially because on Amazon you can get those gator masks, and you can get ones that make your face look like a dog's face.
Wait, somebody said proof that an Ivy League education isn't all that. Class C malady.
Male lady. Oh yes.
Wait, what does that mean? He went to an Ivy League school?
Ivy League school.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. I can't name them.
Tell me in the chat where he went, if somebody wouldn't mind.
One of them.
University of Pennsylvania. That was my number one pick. I didn't get in.
Whoa.
That was my number one school. He went to Penn. Oh
Maybe
my
he
God.
took your
Oh, I have to
place to
text
Penn.
my friend who's not on social media and tell her that it's a fellow Penn guy. She was
Fellow
in the
Penn.
acapella group. I wonder if she's gonna be like, we got to get together and do like a little like loot to loot to doot to doot doot to Luigi. I don't know what kind of little song could the acapella group do.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you go bum 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 bum.
Mr.
Shut the
Luigi.
CEO. Shut the CEO.
Bring me a dream.
Bum 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 bang.
Kill all the CEOs that I've ever seen.
But don't do that. Yes, and then they will also, it'll be a lot. Oh, don't get me started on acapella because we've got to take our first caller. Yes?
Is Luigi? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting all this
Oh, you got
information
too
about
excited.
Luigi. People are saying that his family owns old folks' home and insurance companies are trying to buy them out. His family is established. So I guess. So were they fucking over his family, or is he wealthy? I'm confused. Oh my God! So
Is he rich like Batman? Donnie Champagne? Is he rich like Batman?
Okay. Man of privilege. Okay, people are arguing in the chat. We'll get to this. But I think first we're going to get to our first caller. Oh my God, let's go to our first caller.
Yes, I'm very excited. And also, you can get in your own call. bit.ly/LPN hotline. We're ready. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Hi, y'all. It's Hilaire.
Hilaire, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
We're just absolutely wonderful, and we're so happy to hear from you.
I am so happy. Like, y'all, I have no drama in my life, so I never thought that I would have anything to call in about. But wow, did I have some drama over the weekend when I went to visit my family?
Yes.
And I need your
That's what we're looking for.
advice.
The post-Thanksgiving, the post-Thanksgiving, the post-mortem, the horrible, what went down.
That is what I have. So, okay, I'll start out with some context and then get into what actually happened.
Okay.
So, so my family is a little bit like the Brady Bunch. Like, it's my dad and me and my brother, and then his wife and her two kids. So
The boy's not
there's
having
6
sex
of us.
with the moms, right?
No,
Okay,
no.
that's good.
Oh,
That's good. I
gosh,
just
no.
got to ask out the gate. Just to make sure.
So there's like 6 of us, and then there's like 2 spouses and like 3 kids. So there's like a bunch of us. It's a big bunch of us, and we all kind of like live all over the place. So we get together the first weekend of December every year, so that nobody has to travel like on actual Christmas, and
How
we can all
smart.
just like chill
So smart.
and
A
do our own
bunch
thing.
of you Penn graduates, if you ask me. You guys are smart. That's so good. It's like holiday
Yeah.
season, but not holiday prices.
Not holiday day. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've done it this way for ages, and we've always done it this way. It's great. We all love it. So for some further context, like in the past, I have asked my dad, like, hey, is it cool? Like, I have some chosen family, like, that lives nearby my dad. They're like my sisters that have been in my life for like 25
Yeah.
years. So I've asked my dad, like, hey, is it cool if I invite them over to like our family, like Christmas thing? And he's been like, yeah, sure. So it's like, okay, sweet. So they've never actually come, but I have asked, and it has been okay that I invited them. So this is the end of the context. Now we will get into what actually is happening. So about a week before my trip, I was chatting on Instagram with my cousin, who lives nearby my dad's house. And the last two times I saw my cousin was at like funerals, and we're like, gosh, we got to stop meeting like this. It would be great to see you like some other time, not, talking about someone that died.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm going to be in town next weekend. I'd love to see you and your family. Of course, you're our cousin. So why don't you come by? Like, I'd love to see you come by and see us all. Like, that would be so dope.
Love that.
So she was like, that's great. I would love to see everybody. So I told my dad that I invited her, and he was like, okay. So I was like, fine. So fast forward to Wednesday night when I arrive in town. Now, I live in LA and my family's on the East Coast. So it was like 10 hours of traveling for me to get to them. So I get there finally, and like literally the first thing my dad says to me is like, oh, is your cousin still coming over this weekend? And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, he's responding like it's a problem that I invited her, even though I already told him this days ago. He's like, oh, it's usually just us, and it's just us. And I was like, whoa. Like, I didn't realize this was a closed event, especially given the fact that I had invited people before and it was okay.
Right.
They didn't come, but again, it was okay to invite them. So ultimately, the reason he said he was upset was because his sister, my auntie, was not invited to our family Christmas day, and he was worried that if she found out that that I invited my cousin, that she would get mad that she didn't get invited, and
Why
she would
wasn't
feel
the
left
sister
out.
invited?
She never is. She's never usually part of it. Like we have had other Christmas traditions with them in the past. We just don't do them anymore. So I mean, it's not like there's bad blood or anything. Everything's fine.
And
we
this
just don't,
this
like,
cousin
spend
that you
Christmas with them.
invited is the child of this aunt who didn't get invited?
Okay, so a little complicated. It is that aunt's late husband's granddaughter.
Whoa. Okay, so in the family, but not necessarily like an aunt's kid, but still a cousin within the
Exactly.
family. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, and a well-known cousin who has like come on vacation with us, and like
A well-known
they're,
cousin.
very,
Okay,
part of the
yeah.
very
family.
well known.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I talk to her more than I talk to like my other cousins that are like more like technically like related to me. So, I did not think it would be a big deal because she is like a beloved cousin.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, "Oh, auntie's gonna be mad, whatever." So I was like, "Okay, like how am I supposed to know all these like weird dynamics you have going on? Like y'all don't communicate, like you don't talk about feelings, like we would never talk about any of this stuff." So, but at this point, I was like, "All right, well, do you want me to tell her not to come?" And he's like, "No, like that's worse if you uninvite her." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree." So I was like, "Cool, she's gonna come." So the next day, I get a text from my cousin. She says, I have decided not to come, but she has decided not to come because one of my brothers who is coming into town picked up like a weird illness on his way in to the US. So, and my cousin works with babies and like newborns. So he's kind of like, she's like, I don't know if he's still sick. She's like, I just can't chance it. Like, I don't want to come.
Okay.
And I was like, I totally
Are we
get
talking
it.
like
I was
COVID or like what's the hand, foot, and
like-
mouth?
like a-
what
yeah,
are we
like a-
talking
like a
about?
pig flu?
I have
like
tiny kids, so
flu-like.
I've heard of all of the bad viruses.
Yeah. So it wasn't COVID, but it was flu-like,
Okay.
Okay.
undiagnosed flu-like. But he was coming over from like very far away. And he was still feeling sick. So she's like, I can't risk it. And I was like, dude, I totally get it. Like, that's understandable. I would love to see
completely.
you, but like, I get it. Like, that's cool. Definitely don't want to chance it. So I was like, we'll see you next time or whatever. So I went to tell my dad and I was like, oh, like cousin's not coming. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, why? And I was like, I told him why. And he was so weird about it. It was almost like he didn't believe it. Like he didn't believe her. Like it was so weird. And then, so my stepmom came in and he said the same thing to her. And then he goes, well, that solves that problem.
Okay.
And I was like, what's the problem? What was the problem? Like,
Interesting.
why was this a problem ever to begin with? Like, I
I
just
gotta
don't understand,
say,
like, where the drama is.
I gotta say, for me, it's like the different generations have to take care of each other. Like, I deal with my cousins who are in their 20s and 30s, and the younger ones. We talk to each other.
Yes.
We're like, hey, I'm gonna be here. Come see me. Like the ones that we're close with, right? My mom deals with her brothers and sisters. Like you deal with your own generation. Like,
Yes.
because you can have cousins that feel like siblings. I obviously have a couple cousins who are very close to me, and many who I never ever talk to.
I'm sure.
You know, so like one who blocked me on Facebook before the first Trump election, honestly. So like,
Out the gate.
yeah. So like, I'm just saying, it's weird that your dad is like making your generation be accountable for the bullshit of his generation, especially when you don't even know
Exactly.
why the aunt's not invited. I feel there's more to the dad and the aunt thing going on.
There is, for sure. But they, like, that part of the family, they just don't talk about feelings. So there are many, many things that are unsaid, which contributes to my frustration of like,
Oh,
how
yeah.
did we even get here?
Yeah. This is boomer
so-
behavior.
Yes,
Levi
Levi
Monster
Monster.
Paul
Yeah.
says
Yes.
this is
Yes.
boomer behavior, and it's so true. My mom's whole family is so like, I'm like, well, doesn't so-and-so's wife have, a bad illness? We haven't talked to them about that. Everything's a secret. Everything's quiet. It's so crazy.
That or there was the one slight many, many years ago, and again, they don't talk about
And
that.
meanwhile, I'm with my cousins, the next generation, going, you're too drunk. You need to stop. You need to get your life together. You're acting insane. And also, you should probably get a job while you're at it. Like, we're just like telling each other the full truth. That is crazy. So then whatever, the rest of the weekend was just like chill or what?
Well, honestly, like after his like, well, that solves that problem comment, I was not chill at all. I honestly like spent the rest of the day like away from him, like working, and like I was upset, and I was like, I just need some space. Like this is ridiculous. Like I do not have drama in my life. So to go home and just have, it's supposed to be like a chill, fun, like, ooh, see your family. And it's like, oh no, all the drama in my life is in this house here. Somehow.
Did you ever end up asking him, like, okay, what was the problem then?
Well, no, I didn't really want to like push it too much further because I just wanted to chill out.
The holiday.
And,
I
like,
get it.
I wanted to let it roll over and like move on. But the next morning, my dad comes to me and he says, oh, I talked to your brother this morning, my brother, the sick one. And he goes, and he says, oh, your brother asked, what's with the cousin situation? And I was like, what situation? Like, why is
now
he
it's
even
upgraded to a
involved in this?
situation?
Yeah, like, why is he even involved in this? Like, what is going on?
This is also so funny that it's like not to like support gender norms, but it is funny to me that it's a dad doing all this. I feel like a mom can like sometimes my mom is definitely more guilty of like, well, the situation. Actually, my dad does it just as much. What am I talking
To be like,
about?
even before the dementia,
Yeah.
the problem is that my father just had no idea ever what was going on. So the fact that like he'd be like, we have cousins, like I feel like that would be more the response,
It's also like, like Slime said, cousin just doesn't want to get sick. It's not that serious. It's
Yeah,
true. Like
she works with
She works
babies.
with babies.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss out on like a week of work or get the flu. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and the other factor in this is that like me and cousin are like super chill. Like cousin even doesn't even know that any drama happened. Like she and I are texting. Like it's all good. Like she and I have no issue. It's literally just
Oh, good
my
for you.
dad and like all this weird shit. So
Fucking
yeah.
weird.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
just so weird.
I'm so sorry that you went through that, and I feel like as someone that like Hilaire is a large member of our chat, and so like we knew that like this was already going to be a tight weekend, and the fact that like it was an issue you weren't even expecting.
Yes.
I mean, my only advice would be like, I think you should talk to your dad and tell him and be like, it kind of bothered me that you were trying to create drama where there is no drama. And your issue with Auntie is your issue. And I have this close relationship with my cousin that I want to foster. And you can't, like, I'd appreciate you not getting in the way of that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I feel like now that I'm back home and this conversation will happen over the phone, I feel like it's going to be a little easier to like get that get through to him.
You're so
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much for calling in.
Oh my
I hope
God,
that you
thank
do
you,
get to talk to your
Hilaire.
dad about it, but I understand
Jesus.
if the holidays is not the time to do it.
Chill out,
Oh, yeah.
dads. Yeah.
Chill out, Dad. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you guys so much. That was really helpful, and I'll keep y'all posted.
Am I allowed to say that your dad is the bitch in this situation? Is that I feel bad saying it about a person's parent, but I think your dad is the bitch.
He's the bitch.
No, I think, yeah, I think it's appropriate, and like he very rarely is. So I think in this one instance, it's okay.
It's okay. Dads can be bitches too.
Dads can be bitches. too.
Daddies
That's
is
what we
bitches
learn here.
too.
Daddies can be bitches.
Boomer
too.
behavior.
Thank you so much, Hilaire, for calling in. We're sending you
Thank you,
so much
babes.
love.
Bye. Okay.
Man.
Ooh, baby.
I do wonder. Like my dad was never a bitch in any kind of situation again because he was never really plugged into the family situation. So I don't know if we could ever refer to him as one. But like I imagine it's probably, especially Hilaire just said, not used to their dad doing something like that. So it's got to be like especially around the holidays. I know there's so much pressure around the holidays, guys. Can we just get through it?
Yeah.
Can we just get through it and not fight with each other, please?
Also, it's like people can just get invited last minute to shit too. Auntie, come on by.
Yeah, Auntie, come on by. But we've got another caller, and I can't wait to hear from him. Let's find out who the bitch is.
Hello.
Ladies, and hi, Kara. That's
Hi.
my name.
That's your name too?
Yes.
Ah.
Double
I
Kara.
actually called in not last time, but I think the time before about how my
we see somebody in
there's
the
my
background.
husband.
Somebody wants to be in the background.
my beloved.
Hello, beloved.
Anyways, I talked about how my little sister doesn't want to have a relationship with me, but I did mention my my brother, who I found through DNA because I'm adopted and stuff.
Right.
But
Yes,
I
thank you
haven't.
for calling back.
Yeah, so that is not at all changed.
Oh.
But I have a question about birth family, actually, if I am the bitch.
Ooh,
So-
okay.
My birth father, his name is Jerry, and he and my birth mother are not together, right? Ever since I was born, they split. My birth mother had my little brother. Anyways, Jerry is definitely Florida when it comes to his politics. And
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about that. What goes down there?
I'm wondering if I'm the bitch because I cut him out of my life this last week. I think it's worth saying my little brother is part of the community, the LGBTQIA plus community. I don't want to out him in particular.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like my birth father was saying very kind things in regards to my little brother. And I'm in the community. I have a daughter who is in the community, and he told me that I ripped his heart out and I'm the worst excuse for a daughter, that he searched for me for 34 years. I'm 36 now, and like I tore his heart out. And I really want to know if I'm the bitch because I'm an angry feminist.
No!
I
But
mean,
am I bad for being mad
what
and cutting out the
world?
Trumper?
listen, he can fuck right off. But my question for you is that going to keep you away from your brother?
No, because my little brother is from my birth mother.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does keep me away from technically his granddaughter, step granddaughter, I guess, technically. I call her Little Z. She's like a little sister to me. It does cut me off from that relationship. She's 11.
I'm so sorry, but also Melissa's is so right. You went most of your life without him, and you can certainly go the rest of your life without
Yes.
him. There is no need for someone with that kind of hatred in your life. There's no need for
Yeah,
that.
get the hell out of here, dog.
I know that there's a lot of like, oh, the liberals, they're all wrong because they're cutting out all of these Republicans out of their life and blah, blah, blah. So that's,
No, but
Like-
that's different.
And
It's
I'm
like
like,
if a person is a Republican and they are coming to you with love and you have a good relationship outside of the politics, you can make your choices then based on they're voting for against your interests. But if someone is coming to you outwardly saying you're a huge disappointment, you've ripped my heart out, like only saying hateful things to you, there's absolutely no debate about keeping them. He's the bitch.
Man, it is dad bitch night. I had no idea that this is what we were uncovering, but Kara, I thank you so much for sharing this. He's definitely the bitch in this scenario.
I just got confused. I go, what did I share? Okay,
Kara, you're being the bitch.
Yeah,
All right, sorry. You're also a bitch, but you're just like a fun bitch. You're just like a silly bitch. Silly bitch.
But Kara, from one Kara to another, fuck that guy. Like,
Okay.
honestly, I'm sort of, I don't know. Is it bad for me to say I'm glad that you were able to like live a life where you could be your true self and that you didn't get raised with somebody who literally would have repressed you and caused a ton of problems in your life?
I grew up in a much better environment. I did grow up Mormon. I am no longer Mormon. I am so far out of Mormonism that it's offensive to my family members. But they still love me and they want me in their lives.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I mean. It's like you're not cutting those people out just because like their religion is not like absolutely fully aligned with like who you are, you know? But like this guy, nah, he doesn't get the time of day. Nope.
Okay. I do have one more thing to say before I go.
Please.
Jackie.
Yes.
You shared your whole love journey. I've been with the LPOTL community for a very, very, very long time. Thank you for giving me hope and love because I found my husband. He was my crush in high school. And we happened to get a divorce at the same time. And we are happily married with 5 children. And thank you so much for giving me hope for the future and hope for love.
It's so busy.
I bet it's so busy and I bet it's so full of love. And thank you so much for sharing that with me. That fills my heart with joy.
Is amazing.
Thank you so much.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for calling in, Kara. And I'm so happy for your love. Yes,
thanks,
love
guys.
is
Have a
real.
good evening.
Truffle fry. Yes.
The fact that you had time to call in or smile and have a nice relationship with your husband with 5 kids.
5 kids.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
We have date night all the time. And it's Tuesday nights, last stream on the left. Live.
Yes.
So I love that. Oh my God. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your love. I appreciate this.
When was the meta episode of the last stream that you guys did? Where you made fun of it?
LPN Funhouse. We did it on LPN Funhouse.
Because I've been trying to find that and I can't find it anywhere.
LPN Funhouse on the LPN YouTube. We've got both the LPN
funniest
Funhouses.
fucking thing I've ever seen.
Hey, should we call out when the next LPN Funhouse is?
The next LPN Funhouse is going to be this Thursday on the next Thursday on the 19th. Next Thursday.
And I'll be
December
there for
19th.
part of it.
Oh, yeah.
What are they going to do to me? What are they going to do to me?
We're
I'm
going to
so
make it a date night.
There you go.
We're going to order food.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Ladies, I appreciate you guys so much.
That makes me so happy. Sending you both so
Kara's
much love.
across
Hell
the nation.
Yeah. Yes, Kara's. I mean, I don't want to say Kara's rise up because that scares me, but
Kara Hive, rise up.
Don't. Thank you so much, Kara. Sending you so much holiday love. We'll make it through. I keep saying we'll make it through as if everyone struggles through the holiday. I know I'm not.
You're
alone,
like,
right?
we're all gonna be okay. You're just literally manifesting.
We just
out loud.
gotta. We gotta
I'm gonna be fine.
We'll be fine.
Well, speaking of, that's okay.
Yes, whoisthebitch.com.
Whoisthebitch.com if you want to call back in. Oh, we've got, I was about to play a voicemail, but never you mind.
.ly/LPN hotline. Also, earlier, Czar did ask because they said that they were going to call in tonight, but they couldn't, and they asked if they could send in their story instead, and they can because they can send it into whoisthebitch.com. And thank you so much, Czar, for asking. But I am excited about talking to another person, and maybe, I don't know, we'll have another, we'll have another Jackie. If you're a Jackie, you should call in too. But yes, let's find out.
Maybe there'll be a Jackie. Oh, it's an M. Hello. Can you hear us?
I'm gonna be the Crash Test Dummies. Remember that song?
Once there was this boy who got into an accident and couldn't go to school.
No, Papa, can you hear me? I'll sing all of the songs.
Wait, I also just really quickly until we get this caller going, I just want to say that when you do email or call us, you know, do your thing. If you call us, our voicemails can only be 5 minutes. We've said this on the podcast, but I'm just reminding it on the live stream as well. They can only be 5 minutes. If it has to be longer than 5 minutes, that's totally fine. Just call back and pick up where you left off, but don't start all over again because people keep calling and being like, "Wait, I got cut off," and they start over. But
we got you.
Try to keep. I mean, if you can keep it to 5 minutes, you know, we do love brevity, but also if we understand that details take time. So, someone's calling back.
Hey, BGM. All right, we're ready.
D.
Oh,
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I was about to say D's balls.
It's Dina, but it's actually Shadynasty.
Shadynasty.
Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for calling. Let's find out who's the bitch.
So this is actually about my mom and my sister. I think they're both being bitches to each other.
Okay.
So my sister is 10 years younger than me, and my mom said that if she went to college, she would pay for her school. My sister decided a semester in that she didn't want to be there anymore and stopped going to school. Well, she got a bill for like $1,500. And my mom thinks it's because she didn't tell them she wasn't going back to school. So that's like what they would have charged her for the next semester. And my sister says it's what's left over from the bill that my mom never paid.
Okay.
So, and my sister thinks, you know, that essentially it wouldn't have been her problem if my mom didn't force her to go to school.
Whoa.
So my sister got stuck paying for the bill.
But wait,
when she wanted to move away to live with her boyfriend, she didn't have any money because she paid that amount. And at, 23, that's a lot of money. So my sister thinks my mom's responsible. My mom thinks my sister's being irresponsible. And then they've kind of just cut off contact with each other. So my mom ended up having like heart surgery. My sister didn't call. My sister will come back into town, won't talk to her. Wow. They like sent like nasty text messages back and forth. I think at this point they're both being ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know who like, my mom's calling me, "Oh, have you heard from your sister?" And I'm like, "Yeah," like, but I'm not getting in the middle. She got my grandfather involved. Like, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't you get put in the middle of that
No,
shit.
don't get in the middle.
Penny Breadful does say forced is a choice way to frame that, because the way that you did set this up, it is more that like if she chose to go to college. Now, do you feel that your sister was forced to go to college, or that it was something she is now back and saying that she was forced to do?
I definitely think she chooses very carefully how she portrays certain things, especially about my mom, because I know that same scenario was never offered to me. I get why it wasn't. My mom wasn't in that position. And I look at it also as like, as being a mom myself, if my child told me I owed them money, the way she did it, I would feel a little weird just about that whole dynamic. I don't know. I just don't know who is.
Well, I mean, I'm such a type A person that I'm like, you need to call the school and you need to ask them, was this the rest of the bill, or was this a penalty for missing the subsequent semester? I just need to know what's going on. I'm like, we need to just call the financial aid office or whatever and figure out what is up. But ultimately, that's not really what's up. I mean, I know $1,500 is a lot of money for someone that's that young to pay. And what Penny Breadful says, it's a lot. It's a very little amount to not call your mom when she has heart surgery over.
Agreed.
Like no amount of money should stop you from getting like talking to your mom when she's having a big surgery or whatever, and this is petty, but this feels to me, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, D, like it feels to me more like your mom is just mad about your sister's decisions and your sister is just kind of rebelling.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Especially like it even got in a little ickier where like, you would talk to Hannah and she's like, "Well, mom said all this to me." And then my mom would send text messages and it was like wildly different. It was kind of like how my sister was filtering, perceiving what my mom was saying to her. But she also, like, my sister went to her and was like, "Oh, we need to sit down and talk about your payment plan back to me." And I was just like, "Oh, no, that's really like that. I don't I don't
Wait,
agree
your
with
mom
that.
wants
Like,
your little sister to pay back what she paid for the one semester?
no, vice versa. My sister called my mom and said that she wanted to set up a meeting so my mom could enter a payment plan with her to pay her back for the $1,500.
Yo, how old is your sister again?
She's 23.
She's 23.
And I'm 33, so like my head is in a completely
your
different
sister's
spot,
got
and
some
I can't
balls going on
balls,
her.
yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, does she complain about this to you? And you're like, girl, I didn't even get this option. Like, this wasn't even offered to
Yeah,
me.
I
Like,
said that to her. Well, she lived with me. As soon as I bought my house, she moved in like day one, and she had lived with me. I did make her pay rent for the most part, though. She was a free spirit. She could do whatever she wanted with her money. And I think too, it coming down to like her wanting to leave when she did, she was feeling like the crunch of money, and she was thinking, oh, this was $1,500 I could have had for this. So then she kind of dug her heels in, wanting the money because she realized she didn't have what she needed to do what she needed to do.
I can't.
yeah,
imagine.
jeez.
I couldn't even
couldn't
imagine how my mother would act after something like I couldn't even imagine doing what your sister's doing. And at first I was like, oh, maybe she felt pressure from your mom, and then and then I know that there were nasty text messages, but the fact that like every time you ask her what's going on, you get a weird half version or just a lie, and then your mom has like the receipts of what she's receiving from your sister. How do you feel, though? Have you talked to either one of them about being put in the middle? As someone that I'm usually the person that everyone in my family asks. I'm the middle always for everything. And sometimes you have to look at everyone and be like, hey, can you not put me in the middle
stepping out of this
anymore?
game.
I'm
Yeah.
talking to you and I'm talking to you, but I'm not going back and forth in between you anymore.
Yeah, I've definitely brought it up because my mom less so, like she more involves me to know, like, understand what's going on. My sister definitely tried to more involve me from the side of like backing her up, and I told her straight up I wasn't doing that. I told her, like, especially the payment plan part made me feel really uncomfortable. Like,
Insane.
the
payment plan part.
Yeah, insane. She was like, I don't care if it's like $25 a week. You don't see that's.
Oh my God. I gave birth to you, you little bitch.
You want to, you like baby back for all the years I fucking took care of you.
I've got two kids that are too young to even understand what dollars are. And if one of them ever said to me, you owe me X amount of dollars, Mom, you owe me $5, I don't even know if my brain could stay whole. I would absolutely fucking flip out. If one of my kids was like, hi, Mom, let's work out a payment plan for you to pay me back. I'd be like, how about you pay me back for my whole fucking life? My body, my hair, everything you've taken from me.
And I couldn't imagine, like, my mom has calmed down, we'll say, but my mom in particular, to say that to my mother of all people is like, if she had been standing in front of her, my mom probably would not have reacted appropriately. I think she kept it pretty cool.
And
your
sister's making some wild decisions too, because it's like, okay, I guess that going off with your boyfriend seems cool, whatever. I don't know your life. But like a parent offering to pay for 4 years of education or 2 years or whatever this program is privilege. That is a gift, and that is privilege. And she is just like throwing it away and then also asking for like money back and all this kind of stuff. Like, it's really kind of wild. And I think maybe but I could also understand, like, when you're 23 and you're a total idiot, like, not to say your sister's an idiot, but like, you're 23, you're kind of an idiot. She doesn't have any money, and she's like, where do I get the money? And then it's like, I can't just ask my mom for the money because my mom's not going to give it to me. So I have to like tell my mom she owes it to me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She's scrambling because of money.
That was the vibe I got, that she was like grasping at anything that was going to get her money immediately because she messed up. And instead of, she paid me $400 a month in rent. That's it. And she made like $20 an hour. Wow. All you had to do was pay for your own car and your car insurance.
Wait,
My mom was still
somebody
paying her health insurance and bill. So that was the other thing. I go, Hannah, so you're sorry. I didn't mean to like say her name.
go on,
but
go on.
I was like, you're telling me that mom hasn't paid for anything else that would have been equivalent to $1,500. Because my mom's also sending me like receipts like she was still paying her cell phone bill. At 18, I moved out and had been paying all my own bills. She was still paying her health insurance, her cell phone bill.
You're
lending
me.
her
All my
money whenever
siblings
she
were on the
needed
family
it.
plan, and I was never invited on it. So
Yeah, I was never like, I get it. My mom was a single mom of 2 kids, and again, 10 years, but like we were literally homeless together, me and her. She like, moved us into an apartment, to a 2-family, finally bought a house. My sister lived a vastly different life than I did.
yeah, I
18,
wonder,
I
can you
moved out,
explain
supported
that?
myself, didn't get school. I explain all, but she just is so like tunnel
She's too
vision.
young. She doesn't get it.
Yeah, she doesn't get it because she also doesn't know anything else. And so I kept being like to offer up, like fish it out. Like she hasn't paid for anything else that would equate $1,500.
I just
all.
have to point out
Nothing.
that the chat just made me LOL so hard. God botherer wrote, sis thinking mom is Klarna. Wish I'm obsessed. Like, you can't get a layaway shit from your mom. That's really, like, that actually really explains a lot to me. Like, you grew up with a very different mom and, like, a very different, like, situation. And your sister's just not getting that. And I kind of think that, I mean, I hate to see anybody not talk in the event of like a tragedy or like a big thing like the heart surgery. Like, you just think people should be there for each other. But at the same time, like, your sister just kind of needs to grow up and realize like what a brat she's being. And I don't think that's your job to teach her or your mom. She just has to kind of come to it.
The bitch. Yeah.
But she's
I
the
agree.
bitch.
And she told my grandfather, I was like, did you really call her father on her? What was he going to do? What was he going to do?
Bitch.
Oh, bitch is a snitch.
My mom out to her father. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is he gonna like? I don't know.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But also, I know it's not your like position to have to tell her to grow up or have to explain that. But I will say, I remember a point in time when my sister, who is 13 years older than me, had to give me a come to Jesus conversation because I was acting like a huge fucking bitch. And we didn't talk for probably like 6 months. But I tell you what, we talk now. But at the time, I was being a huge bitch. So, I mean, I didn't take it.
I am still talking to her, and I think she's starting to get a taste of that because she is struggling with her move and the decision she made. She moved to a place that was more expensive with no real job lined up, and like my mom was a financial resource for her, and that's cut off.
And unfortunately, the way our system is set up, you get more money when you've gone to, you got it, college. And so like your mom had her a red carpet laid out for her, and she was just like, no, I'm gonna move to wherever and go be with my boyfriend. I mean, I don't know.
Cat's getting me.
She's saying this to me as a mom of a 3-year-old who works 2 jobs and had to go back to school now at 33 because I need more money and didn't have someone who could pay for my college.
Also,
So she's also saying all
congratulations,
of this
because
to
that's
me.
hard to do. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I think maybe the next
year.
time you talk to her too, you'd be completely within your rights to say that and go, you're talking to somebody who literally went back to school at 33 and has a child and was never offered any education. So you're just not going to get any sympathy from me on this. I'm happy to help you in other ways and be here to listen to you in other ways. But I'm sort of like, I'm not going to come around to you on this one situation, you know?
Yeah. And it's one of those things, too, that I'll never feel like she's not my problem because our age difference. I've kind of babied her myself.
Yeah.
And so, like, it feels like I have to. I've been trying to step back from this, but it feels like if things don't get solved, they end up being my problem anyways. So,
Right. Right.
Because she's going to come running home and she's not going to run home to my mom. She's going to come to me. So it's like.
Yeah, she's just classic youngest, like classic, like a baby. Like the age difference, too. It's almost like she's an only child, right?
Me?
But your age difference from Henry's not that much, right?
No. But it is funny forever that I love the advice that we give because it is so much from the oldest child and
then the youngest child.
So I'm like, my mommy would give me anything. I want wanted.
Meanwhile-
and then my brother and sister are just like, oh yeah, we had to work for fucking everything. And I'm like, Mommy loves me most, but I never did that to my mother. I will say that.
Meanwhile, my youngest brother, who's 9 years younger than me, is the most responsible of us by far. From the military, married with 2 kids, owns multiple properties, owns his cars. We're all like, how do you do that? And he's like the baby of the family.
Ah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'll be borrowing money from him one day, and then he'll be asking me for the payment plan. Thank you so much for
$25 a
calling.
week.
I hope they work it out. I love you guys. We're getting the call after call tonight. Lots of
Thank you
calls.
so much, and good luck with the rest of
course.
the holiday. You will make it through.
too.
Don't put your sister into an early grave. It's not worth it.
We have so many calls tonight. We don't even have to bring up Hilaria Baldwin's skincare book with her 11-year-old daughter.
11-year-old daughter. But no, thank you so much, Dynasty. Have a wonderful rest of your holiday because we're going to move on to another call. You got this, Sean.
Can we get a she's the bitch up for Hilaria Baldwin, though, just for fun?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry,
Doodly-doo.
you're not saying her name with the proper flavor.
Hilaria.
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 Hilaria Baldwin. Thank you. There it is. An 11-year-old giving us skincare tips. Isn't that what we've always wanted?
Oh, God. An 11-year-old knows exactly what avocados you need.
Time
those
for a call.
under our
Time for a
bags.
call.
Boom. Cucumber.
Cucumber.
¿Cómo se dice pepino?
Yeah, it's ringing and a ringing and a ringing.
Ooh, Shady. Somebody said Shady Nasty has. Oh my God, it said Shady Nasty. Is
We've
Shady
said
Dynasty?
Shady Nasty for years before Shady Dynasty was nice enough to tell us. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hello. Oh, well, that's great. No, this isn't the first time I spoke out loud today.
Okay.
I completely understand. Sometimes you got to get all the frogs out of there, and they are
Yeah.
free. You're lily pad free.
What's your name?
I'm Carrie.
Carrie.
I'm
Close to
very
a Kara.
excited
Close to
be
a
here.
Kara.
Close, yes. But I'm with a C, like the horror movie.
Okay. Carrie, like the blood. Okay.
My mom's from Long Island, so I say it like I'm special.
Carrie? We love you, Carrie.
Exactly. Fun fact, I dated my ex-boyfriend for 4 years because he said my name like that instead of Carrie. And I was like, oh, you.
Oh,
I
okay.
like it. Oh, I love.
What brings you to us this evening?
Not him. So I'm also another is my dad the bitch or am I
Yes.
caller?
You're coming to the right
yeah.
place because I'm always going to tell you your dad's a
man.
bitch.
I don't know. I think I may have crossed a line actually this time.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's
yeah.
daddy night.
So obviously, in the wake of recent political events, I've been feeling very anti-patriarchy.
right.
And complicated with your actual patriarch, right? But my dad is like, my parents are cool. They're boomers, but they're cool. We all voted for the same person. And but my dad treats me. I'm over 35, and he treats me like I am still 13 a lot of the time. Things like wouldn't let me move the car because I don't know, because I couldn't, but I could. So anyway, so we're going to pick up a holiday tree. My mom's really excited. It was supposed to be me and her. And then he decided to come, I guess, because we couldn't take my car. We had to take his car. And I'm in the car and he starts talking. I was like, dude, are you sick? And he was like, oh yeah, I've had this cough for like 3 days. And I had the bronchitis thing. Like I was super sick 2 weeks ago. It was awful. And she's like, and my mom she's I don't know, she's old. She's got like a broken back, so she can't cough. It's bad for her. And I was like, okay, so that's really rude of you to have done this. And then he put on a mask. And then we're like, it was just like undermining after undermining thing. And then finally we were like, I did something wrong with the tree and he yelled at me about it. And I was like, whoa,
I am a full-grown
where's this
person.
coming from? Yeah. Like, I'm like, okay, am I being reprimanded? Do I have to go on timeout? And he doesn't like it when I'm sarcastic. So, which he must not like me most of the time. But so I was super frustrated. And I was like, are you like, do you want to do this yourself? Like, because you're hovering and this is a one-person job right now. And he started doing the thing. And he was like, I need you and your mom. I need you to both be quiet so I can focus on this so we can get it done as fast as possible. And I was like, why? Why are you here then? You're doing more harm than good at this point. Like, you think you're helping. I get that. I appreciate it. You are not helping. You are actively unhelpful. And that is when he looked really sad. And that made me feel really bad because he looked really sad. But also, I don't know. I was still mad. So I didn't really double down, but I took the things from him and said, go to sleep, and then kept going. And then, so he came out 10 minutes later and was just like, I don't deserve to be abused by you. And that also made me feel bad because he does go to therapy. So,
wow, look at you bragging about your dad in therapy.
Also yelled at you. And I feel like, I feel like there's something that is very, very charged with the putting up of a holiday tree. I don't know if it's just my family, but I feel like growing up, we always fought. Someone was always crying when you were on the way home. I feel like it was always something that was very emotionally charged for absolute.
Because everybody has a vision of how they want it to go, how it to look, what the tree should be.
Yes.
And then and everybody has their own.
Yes.
And then you have to collaborate.
And I think, and honestly, not to jump right ahead to this, Carrie, but I do feel like in that situation, when you are treated like a child by your parent, you go immediately back into that, not that I'm saying you did that necessarily, but I feel like it does immediately put you into teenager, middle schooler brain of I am 37 years old. Why are you talking to me like this? And I have acted close to that not that long ago. So I understand, Carrie, and I need you to know that I hope you feel valid because I'm going to say, I don't think you were the bitch here.
No, I don't even know what happened. I'm like, what happened? You were sarcastic for a minute to your dad and he got butthurt?
He got sad.
I think it was me telling him that I was like, I know you think you've been being helpful and that you're helping, but you're doing more harm than good. You are not helpful.
You minimized
you
minimized him.
Did was really minimize
How
him.
dare you minimize a man? Jesus. Okay. I mean,
and that's the thing. It's
I don't know. I'm just kind of okay, welcome to that happens to a woman 10 times in their day. And your dad's like, somebody who I've always had agency over is now claiming her own, power and is saying what she wants. I'm melting, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry. Maybe I'm putting my own dad
she
shit
can
on
lift
this.
the 4-foot tree. No, it's okay. Please project onto me. I like.
Yes, no, I just
on.
think we talked about this on last week's episode where I was saying how it takes parents so long sometimes to treat their kids like adults. I don't even think my dad was fully doing it to me until I had children, and I had children older than you are, I think. You know what I mean? And it's and that was just because I think they were oh, well, now you do what I did, and that was the only reason they made the jump. But from 18 or 21 on, you should be, I don't know what the age is. Once you can drink, your dad has to treat you like a man. I don't know. I'm just saying, you should not have to. You literally just said to him, I know you think you're helping, but you're doing more harm than good. And that's maybe a tinge rude. It's not really abusive. I don't find that that's abusive. And he thinks that you're abusing him.
And Lost in Houseplant says, I don't know that saying he's not helpful is abusive language. And I do think that there is, and I'm happy that your dad's in therapy, and I'm saying this as a person that is also in therapy sometimes. I know we discussed this too about boundary setting. It's well, sometimes you're not setting a boundary, sometimes you're just being a bitch. And there are certain times where it's well, you just reacted, and yes, it wasn't the most patient reaction to have, but it's completely
pretty
valid.
high up there in terms of patience. You said you're not being helpful. I've called my dad an asshole. I don't know. I think that there's way worse you can do than to say you're not being helpful. So I don't know. I really feel like it's daddy night, and the daddies are the bitches, okay?
Well, and you know, Kara, hearing you repeat the words back to me too, I realized because I don't want to apologize. That's the other thing. Is that I don't want to apologize because I do feel like I was also being squished a little. But when you said it back to me, I'm like, yeah, no, that is maybe not what I would want to hear, but it's
not abusive. No. And I think it's okay also if you want to like get on a better page with your dad or whatever. I do think it's okay, which my husband and I use all the time to say, we go, I'm sorry we fought. I'm sorry we fought. I'm not sorry really for what I said
I'm not sorry for what I said. I'm sorry how I said it.
Yeah, or like I'm just sorry that we were like coming at each other a little bit at a bad angle. Like how can we move past this or whatever? And I think but I would only do that if I got the feeling that he was also going to do that. You know what I mean? Carrie, like I would not assume I would not say you need to be the one to pick up the whole mantle of apologizing.
Yeah. I'm going to try really hard not to do that because it's what my therapist would want me to not do. But we'll see.
But it's like,
yes,
I get
you.
it. I completely get this. It's just like your dad is like, you are still his little child. And he does not, like these parents don't always see you as fully formed humans. It's crazy. But I'm probably going to do this, really by the way. I'm probably going to like be yelling at Rosie when she's 25, being like, how dare you? You threw up in my hands. You know what I mean? Sorry. My kids threw up in my hands yesterday. It's just still fresh.
The craziest thing is Kara's like, this is beyond not the first time they've done this.
Oh, like maybe 10th. I'm probably in the double digits of catching puke in my hands. But I'm just saying, like, I could see how it's
same,
like,
but my own.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, Carrie. I was like, yeah, no, I'm definitely going, or like put it in a cup and then you go to drink it drunkenly later on. You're like, that's my puke in there.
No, I don't. We can't talk about drinking puke.
Oops.
We can't.
Oops.
Oh no.
All right. Well,
That's getting me. I've done it on
Jackie,
stream.
at least we know there are at least two of us who have done that.
Yes, thank you, Carrie. I'm with you, and thank you so much for calling in. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm proud of the fact of how you reacted, and I understand why you acted the way that you did. And I think it's really nice that you already appreciate the fact that your dad is in therapy and that he came out. And while yes, the phrasing I feel may have been a lot, but I do, you know what? That is not how my father would have reacted, and I do think that's a beautiful thing.
thank you so much for calling in, Carrie. Let us know how it goes. You can always email us or chat in or something and let us know what's going on. We're going to try to take one more call, one more quickie before the show's over. We can do one. We'll do one. We'll do one.
Especially once the nog balls are flowing. I tell you what, baby. We can talk forever.
I'm actually almost done with this. It's kind of gross. This is my
The cookie nookie is delicious, by the way.
ball I will ever have finished.
It's delicious. I'm not lying. Okay, all right, we're ready for the call. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for calling. Who's the bitch? Who's the bitch in your life?
Okay, so wait, first of all, I just wanted to say, Jackie, you're like my queen.
I am sitting right here.
Kara's my queen.
I am right
Kara's
here.
also my queen. She's my queen. I'm not scared of her.
I knew this would happen when I came over to this network.
Kara, you're also my queen.
No, it's fine. I can be your jester. I'll be your jester.
Yeah,
she can be
Queen
your queen.
Regent, Queen
Regent, the Dowager Countess, whatever the fuck. Okay, go.
But I also wanted to say to Carrie, to the last caller, girl, just a reminder that equality to the privileged party feels like oppression. So he probably does feel like he's being abused. That doesn't mean he is.
That makes so much sense. Yes.
Anyways,
You've been used to getting your way your whole life, so just to be treated the same way as your daughter's been treated makes you feel like, what the hell is this?
Interesting.
Yeah, love that.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway,
Dude,
onto my bitch story. So, there's a possibility that the other party in this story listens to not necessarily this show, but probably listens to
Other
LV
stuff?
Network.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, because
all right.
we're both Satanists. But anyway,
We won't use no names. We'll say no names.
So as a precursor here, I have celiac disease, which for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's an autoimmune disorder in which your body can't process gluten, so it perceives like gluten as poison, basically, and your immune system will like destroy your body to try and get rid of it. It's awful. It's awful. It's whatever, trials and tribulations and all that. I'm suffering. I also have 2 roommates, and I've lived in this place for over 3 years now, where I'm living now. And I had issues with a guy roommate in the past. These 2 roommates are new. Like, these are new as of this past lease. We've only lived together for like a few months. Spoiler, I hate it. But that's just because I don't like change.
Are they guys or girls, the new roommates?
So one's a girl and then one's a guy. And the guy is the party in question here.
Okay.
So
not a man.
A man?
Could be a man.
Couldn't be.
Having all of these symptoms of having been glutened for literally like 2 months. I was like miserable. This was about a month back. I was miserable. I mean, I took like time off work. I even started to think that I might be like lactose intolerant because I could not figure out what in my diet had gluten in it. And then I encountered my roommate having now this isn't going to sound like a big deal at first, okay, and maybe it's not. After all, I am asking you who's the bitch, but this is part 1. I go downstairs and I see in the kitchen that he has washed my my work bowl, like my lunch bowl that I eat out of, which is it's sterile. It's only ever been used by me, right? It's never touched gluten ever before, ever. Virginal. So I find it in his drying rack, and I got really, 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 really upset in the group chat, in the roommate group chat. I sent like a catalog text with like screenshots from like the Celiac Foundation. A little crazy, right? A little crazy.
Wait,
but
so really quick. Do we think that he used the bowl or like washed your bowl for you?
Both. We'll get there.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Keep
It's
going.
awful.
Okay.
No, it's awful. So this is there's like a roommate contract for the house, like taped on our fridge. This is like full discussions, we've had. He's fully aware of this. I've told him this. I've pointed out everything. I have my own cabinet. I've pointed out like everything that's mine that can't be touched. It's clear. It's different from everything else.
That answers
even my past
Sylvester
roommate
Calzone's
did it 'cause
question.
He was worried. So it's just, so he washes it, right? And then I say, and I was so angry that I said, and I don't even want to know who did it. I knew he did it, but to both my roommates, I was like, I don't even want to know who did it. I don't care. Don't ever do it again. He replies, he can't help himself.
Oh no.
He replied and got into a whole thing, right? And he was like, of course your health is of the utmost importance to me. And yada, 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 back and forth. He's like, I'm going to buy you a new bowl. And I said, I don't want you to do that. And he's like, I'm going to buy you a new bowl. And I said, I told you no. So, and the last thing that he says, it sticks in my mind for a little bit. He says, well, it's just that I thought it could have been something that I ate and had left and hadn't washed. And I thought, how is that humanly possible? But I didn't want to talk to him anymore because my bowls looks totally different from everything in the house. Then I find out the next day that he had been using my entire Pyrex set, my entire $75 Pyrex set that had been totally free of gluten contamination.
Whoa.
All of it. Maybe since he moved in.
And was hiding it from you.
I can't figure out if he was hiding it from me or if he or if he didn't know, like genuinely, like completely disregarded like everything he'd been told, because he had been told on 3 separate occasions by 3 separate people. This was not the first spat he and I had also about touching my belongings. It's serious. It's an autoimmune disease. Like, it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
And he like talked me down before, and he's been like, oh, so you get a tummy ache? And I'm like, no. So like the lining of my intestines peels off and I shit blood. I'm like,
oh God, yeah.
But I tell my therapist this, right? I tell my therapist, and when I get to the part where I say, I'm not crazy, crying, she didn't affirm me. She didn't say I wasn't crazy. And so now I felt crazy ever since then. And
Your
I
therapist,
just
you know what you know what I think this is? I think it's like, I know so many people that have said they have celiac,
And don't.
but they don't. Like, I think people are just like, oh, it's like gluten allergy. It's like not like whatever, but celiac is real. And I know so many people that like when I was at summer camp, there were so many girls. I have to say, like when I was a camp counselor, a lot of them had disordered eating. And so in order to avoid foods that they would just say they had celiac, but so now people have this thing of, oh, what do you just like get a stomach ache? You get like one hive on your neck or something like that. And it's like, no, it's actually a horrific reaction. And that sucks. I mean, like, so do you have to just like put a lock on your cabinet and like keep your shit like so just quarantined from other people?
Get rid of him.
I like Dave. I want to
How do we get rid of him?
I have like 8 more months on the lease.
Yeah.
I have to live with him for 8 more months.
You're gonna have to.
Okay.
Oh God. Start
I don't even know.
putting it all in your
I don't even know
room.
what to do at this point, because like I had my stuff separated, right? Now these Pyrex, they were the only thing that were in like a mixed use area. But that's because I ran out of room, which I clarified. And I said, that's why this whole side, the whole right, if you open the right cabinet, you're in the wrong place. Open the left one, you can use that stuff. The right, that's mine. Like, I don't know what else to, at this point, to me, there's nothing else I can do. I don't know what else to do to this guy. So it's very frustrating. I don't even cook anymore in my house. I love to cook. I don't like cook anymore. I hardly eat at my house.
Also, I
and
dare
now
say,
I don't want to see him either, because I like blew the fuck up at him. So like I don't want to see him either. So I'm like hiding in my home. I've lived here for like 4 years.
my
Yeah.
friend Carrie says, yeah, have him buy you a new Pyrex set. I don't think that you should be but I think that this person should buy you the new bowl, buy you a new Pyrex set, buy you all, and it can be slowly over time. But if there is, because you can't use any of that stuff anymore. It's all fucked to you now. So I think, and I'm sorry if this person doesn't have the money, they're gonna have to start slowly getting it.
There's no way to like totally like disinfect these Pyrex from the gluten. You can't.
No,
it's in there.
No, it's like microscopic little proteins. Like once it's not. So the glass bottoms are like, well, it's fine. I can reuse those. I can wash them as long as they're not scratched. But I've been using this set for a few years. So like the plastic and stuff is like nicked and scratched, and all of that gluten is just living in the plastic now. I'm still sick from it. Like I'm still having side effects from it. I'm still getting over it.
It's like
And
I
this
don't
was a while ago.
I don't even really care, even if it's like I have this one snow globe and you're not allowed to touch it. And like that's it. You like, even if it doesn't have these physical effects, it's like these are my rules as a roommate. You are not allowed to touch my fucking snow globe, and he's touching your snow globe. And you can't do that.
Making you really
But he's
sick.
making you sick, and that's even worse than the snow globe analogy. But I really wanted to do it. Okay? But listen, I hear what you're saying, and that's fucked. I would say locked cabinet is all you can do, and I think you were within your rights to say, hey, you got to buy me a Pyrex set. Like, I need this shit to cook. I feel like I can't cook in my house now.
Yeah.
And if he does that, then you could just say thank you, and maybe you guys can like try to move forward with you keeping your shit in a locked area. You know?
Also, what are the penalties for the roommate contract that you all signed? Like, did you have a penalty system set up? Like, what was a part of your contract?
No, no penalty. There's no penalties. There's not really like, oh, well, that's not true. Let me think. It's been years since I wrote it. It's, this was from all my past roommates, right? So
Gotcha.
there is allusions to possible penalties if there's like delinquent behavior. So
I think this is
which is like getting the property manager into the situation. I'm not going to call the property manager though and say like, he washed my soup bowl and
no.
now I'm shitting my pants for 3 months.
My Pyrex, come on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can kind of treat this as like a first offense almost and just be like, I need you to replace the stuff. And then I think you should try to keep your stuff like, Slime is saying in your room or like away. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but like if it's really about your health, like
no, but I think
you
I
can't
have
be
to.
trusted that like if you're out and he really needs to like, I don't know, mix cake batter or whatever the fuck, that he's not going to use your shit. So like, I think you need to just ask him to pay for that and then you can like move forward and hopefully he'll respect that because he said your health is of the utmost importance. Call him on it.
Liar. Fucking liar. I'm hoping I scared him enough that I was fucking crazy enough that he doesn't want to renew the lease.
Yeah.
I hope
so
I think
too. I think I may have been. Guys, I get pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also,
oh my God, add us into the group chat. I can't. I want to hear about this.
I want to know, but please let us know.
It's some tea.
Let us know if you end up getting replacements because we want to know. I'm pulling for you here. I support you. You are not crazy in what you are going through. You're completely valid. Oh my God. You do not deserve this. This is absolutely
He's
ridiculous.
the bitch. This is like an all male. He's except for the sister.
Yeah, sister was the bitch.
Yeah, the sister was the bitch, and then it's an all male. He's the bitch. A lot of daddies and male roommates.
Man, that is insane. But please take care of yourself. And I'm sorry that you figured out the culprit, but also I'm glad you figured out the culprit. So then hopefully you can feel better in the future.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll hold him by the balls.
Good luck.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much for
Good
calling
luck. Thanks
in.
for calling in. I think we have to wrap up for the evening, but I wanted to thank you for the subs tonight. Noodles, Failavaders, Slammy79, Nuka Maddie, and I'm sorry if I'm saying these wrong, Annie Abbas, and Kari. Thank you so much. And Czar626 gifted 5 subs.
We love you, Czar. We'll hear
love
from
that.
you soon. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you
joining
guys
us live.
We will both be on LPN Funhouse a week from Thursday. But we have new episodes of this come out every week as a podcast, the live stream, and then we do audio episodes only coming out every Wednesday. Subscribe, like, leave a review, whatever you're supposed to fucking do. And our next one will be we'll be back for a live stream January 13th in 1 month.
Yes.
We'll have new audio episodes coming out in between then every Wednesday. So you'll still have new, fresh content from us. Just won't be able to see our gorgeous faces. What will we look like in 2025?
Like this. Forever terrified.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
We love you.
Who's the bitch in your life? Let us know who'sthebitch.com.
Thank you for an absolutely bitchy 2024 live stream.
To bitchy 2025. I can't wait to get even more bitchy. I can't wait to get even more bitchy.